What's going on, guys? It's Colin here for NextGenTactics, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm playing Medal of Honor, and I actually picked up Crisis 2 at the end of the week, but it's still sitting in the plastic wrap because I didn't have time really to invest in what I figured would be a significant learning curve in playing that game. So decided I'd just hop on some Medal of Honor and see what I could do, and this is actually my second game in, so don't expect anything overly spectacular. I'm playing a little bit of sector control on Daiwago Camp. But the reason that I wanted to go play Medal of Honor was I hadn't played it probably since Black Ops came out. I picked this up, and there were some things that I really loved about this game and some things that I really didn't. But if you watch the Battlefield 3 trailers and the way that the character models move, I think that it's going to be very similar to Medal of Honor. And I think it's been widely reported that the games that DICE has put out in the past couple of years, from the Bad Company series 1 and 2 to Medal of Honor, have kind of been experiments that are going to culminate in Battlefield 3. So if you're looking for a game that handles the way that Battlefield 3 is going to, my money is on the fact that it's going to handle more like Medal of Honor than anything else that we've seen. So I think that in prepping for Battlefield 3, I'm going to play a bit more Medal of Honor. And wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that. And, do you agree that that's likely the way it's going to play out? Now, I'm going to talk about the things I like about this game first. And, the graphics, well, the maps, the colors were a little bit bland, and sometimes the characters were a little bit difficult to spot against the terrain. I felt that the graphics were definitely a step up from Bad Company 2, although that comes probably at the expense of a limited destructible environment. Nowhere near what you have available in Bad Company 2, and presumably nowhere near what you're going to have available in Battlefield 3, which is going to have some epic destruction. That's going to be one of the goals of that game. So, despite the fact that there was limited destructibility, I thought that the graphics were definitely great, and the character modeling of the insurgents was a little bit hokey, but, that's not a big deal. Now, the sound design in Medal of Honor absolutely was amazing. Absolutely amazing. That is something that DICE always seems to nail, and I expect that Battlefield 3 is even going to be a step up from that again. And also, the way that the weapons handle, the way the character moves is more fluid than Bad Company 2, although obviously not as smooth as some other shooters out there. But I like the way that the character models moved. I love the way the guns handled. The feedback that you got from the weapons was excellent, and obviously, the sounds totally fantastic. So, those were some really good things about the game, and this is a game that, when it was going well, I absolutely loved it, but there were some things that were definitely game breakers for me. One of them was the map designs, and I think you have like 12v12 combat on these maps, but they're fairly small. Now, although I guess it might not be fair to say that the maps are small. Some of them are reasonably large, but because there are limited routes, there's a lot of choke points, and it's pretty easy to cover them off with 12 players on a team. And I just found that it was frustrating. You had very major challenges trying to get from point A to point B, and snipers were a problem. They made the sniper rifles extremely powerful, but they're also very easy to use, so you didn't have bullet travel time and physics involved, and in reality there wouldn't have been a lot of bullet drop because of the size of the maps. But, you took the snipers, you made them extremely powerful, easy to use, and because there was no kill cam in this game, I'm not saying that that's good or bad, but, when you don't have a kill cam and you implement a score chain that rewards people for racking up points without dying, then that's going to lead to a little bit of campy behavior for sure, and that definitely happened. And, you couldn't stay out in the open for too long without getting your head picked off, which wasn't too bad. Like, in Bad Company 2, there's also a lot of snipers, but I think that sniping requires more skill in that game, so I have the confidence that I can get through a line of sight if I throw some smoke and do things right. Whereas in Medal of Honor, there's no bullet travel, so, they put the reticle on your head and pull the trigger and you're dead. So I had some frustration with that, and I played a number of different game types, did some team assault, sector control, and combat mission, and was just getting sniped repeatedly. So actually right here I was pretty pleased. I got a quad feed with the mortar strike. Now, the implementation of a score chain, that was definitely something new in Medal of Honor, where you were rewarded not just for kills, but also for completing objectives and helping your team out. And I liked that, and I think that Homefront actually improved upon that by making it so that you retained your points after you died. And if you did something like that here, I think you'd have to make the score chains much more difficult to obtain if the points carried over. But, preferably I don't really want to see any sort of score chain or air support or that sort of thing that you can earn through kills, because I think in Battlefield, where you have all the vehicles available, the kill streaks are available at your spawn. You have helicopters and mortar strikes, especially in Bad Company 2 with the recon kit. So you can do all of these things if you coordinate as a team, and you don't have to earn them through a score chain reward. So I don't really want to see that sort of thing in Battlefield 3. It remains to be seen as to whether or not that'll be implemented, but I think that the takeaway is the way that this game plays and feels is going to be very similar to Battlefield 3, in my opinion. That's what I'm anticipating, and I think that that's a really great thing. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts. Cheers. We'll talk soon.
Hey guys, we now have our own website. Actually, we've always had our own website, but why not follow us on there? There you'll find all our videos conveniently sorted into playlists by game, as well as videos from many other directors that are part of our NGT network.